We've asked Liverpool, one of the biggest cities from our partner country UK, what can cities do worldwide to become greener? And Liverpool specifically, what are you doing to make your city more sustainable? Let's check out your answer.
My name's Steve Rotherham and I'm the first ever Metro Mayor of the Liverpool City region, an area comprising of 6 districts and 1.6 million people. Thanks for inviting me to speak at this GREENTECH Festival 2020. It's a real shame, isn't it, that we can't be there together, but hopefully in a not too distant future we'll all be able to meet at events like this once again. I want to use the time available to talk about sustainable green cities and the progress my city region is making in that regard. Here in the UK right now, we're experiencing the most turbulent period in our nation's life since the 1940s. The twin shocks of Brexit and COVID-19 are leading to deep, unpredictable, and in some cases irreversible changes in our political, economic and social structures. And it's not hyperbole to say that life in many ways will never be the same again. And yet, at the same time, there's another emergency becoming even more important than it has been for some time, and it's somewhat been lost in the public consciousness in recent months because of the pandemic. But it still casts an existential threat, not just over our island, but the entire world. And that, of course, is climate emergency. Goal 11 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is about making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. If we don't take this seriously and tackle the greatest threat to our planet, history will look poorly at this generation. This is not a dystopian vision of the future, it is the reality that will result from a lack of immediate and urgent action. The climate emergency, however, is not just something I view as an existential threat, though of course it is. It's also an irresistible opportunity, an opportunity to create radical, progressive and lasting change for the place I'm proud to call home and represent as mayor, but also the planet. An opportunity to liberate people from poor air, give our citizens pride in decent, well-paid, highly skilled jobs, and provide families with the hope of a brighter future for their children and grandchildren. The Liverpool City region was the first authority of its kind in the country to declare a climate emergency in 2019. However, even earlier than that, in 2017, we set ambitious and unprecedented targets to be carbon neutral by 2040, which is a full decade ahead of the national objective. We did so not out of hubris or blind faith, but from a realisation that our geographical location and natural resources make us perfectly placed to achieve that aim. At this moment in time, our local low carbon economy is valued at around £2 billion per year, employing 27,000 people across 1,400 businesses. And we have above average research and development in that sector too. The plan I'm about to outline will put rocket boosters on the progress that we've made to date. Clean, hydrogen-powered rocket boosters, of course. However, this isn't pie in the sky or keeping your fingers crossed or wishful thinking. Indeed, the pièce de résistance within our climate action plan is the Mersey tidal project, a multi-billion-pound scheme to harness the power of the River Mersey, the lifeblood of our fortunes for centuries, to produce clean, green, plentiful and predictable renewable energy that has the potential to provide energy for 1 million homes, to tackle the evil that is fuel poverty, negate the appetite for fossil fuel companies for fracking in our area, and stand the test of time by generating power for up to 120 years. The project, likely to be the largest of its kind in Europe, will put not just our city region on the map, but UK PLC as a whole as a pioneer in the renewable energy race. There's a short film to be shown after I've spoken with more details of the project, and I'm sure you'll see how exciting and ambitious it is. Tidal, though, is not our only opportunity to neutralise our carbon footprint. We'll also continue the expansion of wind power. Our area currently has one of the largest offshore wind clusters in the whole of Europe at Barebow Bank, just off our coast in the choppy Irish Sea. But we also have ambitious plans for greening our transport system to improve air quality, which is goal 11.2, making it more sustainable for the future. At this moment in time, we're investing in lower emission trains, hybrid and hydrogen powered buses that of course emit nothing but water vapour into the atmosphere, and first class walking and cycling infrastructure with a network that spans the length of our city region and brings new opportunities for active travel to hundreds of thousands of people. Added to this, we're improving green and public spaces by taking part in a Cross North initiative to plant 50 million trees west to east across the width of our whole country. For centuries, my city region has led the way in driving forward progress and innovation. We did so by creating the world's first commercial wet dock in 1716, and by giving birth to the steam locomotive with the Rainhill trials, which reshaped travel and paved the way for the first industrial revolution. Now, once more, we are prepared to lead the way in the use of hydrogen to decarbonise our historic energy-intensive industries. In St Helens, something really exciting is happening, and historically, St Helens is known for glass making, and it's about to take the next step on its exciting journey to become a national centre of excellence for glass innovation that aims to revolutionise and ultimately decarbonise the glass production industry. And it'll act as a blueprint for the decarbonisation of energy intensive industries throughout the country and further. Along with plans to retrofit our waste pollutant housing stock and build more affordable homes on brownfield sites, this links to goal 11.7. All of the pieces of the jigsaw are in place to ensure that the Liverpool city region fulfills its obligations to leave the planet a better place than which we inherited. Ultimately, we can only achieve all of our aims if we have a national government that's equally ambitious as we are and ensures that things like funding is available for cities and city regions like ours to help that national target of 2015 to become carbon neutral. We're engaged positively with government at this time and have submitted our plans to build back better for the economy in the post-COVID world, a recovery plan that has the green industrial revolution at its core. As I finish up, I want to conclude by saying that we, like other parts of the world, are on that journey right now in the pursuit of achieving goal 11. We're making huge progress, but the journey is becoming ever more urgent. Politicians, local and national, around the world must wake up to the fact that we are facing huge problems because of the consequences of inaction. I'm proud that the Liverpool city region is ahead on that journey, but we won't stop here. our legacy has to be that we did our bit to save our planet. I hope you have an enjoyable day, and I hope to see you all soon.
The River Mersey and Liverpool Bay, our greatest natural assets. They've been at the heart of the fortunes of Liverpool City region for hundreds of years. From the first ferries across the Mersey, to the world's first commercial wet dock, to today's Port of Liverpool. Now, in a time of climate crisis, we are turning to our great river once more, to harness its natural power in harmony with nature, to secure a greener, cleaner and more prosperous Liverpool City region for this and future generations. The Metro Mayor of Liverpool City region has declared a climate emergency, with the vision of making our region's economy carbon neutral by 2040, a full 10 years before the government's national target. Tackling climate change is a global challenge, but Liverpool City region is uniquely placed to play its part in generating a greener future. We are already leading the way in the green industrial revolution, drawing upon our natural resources through offshore wind power, investing in cleaner hydrogen energy, and in lower carbon transport and infrastructure. But there's a renewable natural resource we haven't yet tapped: our tides. The Liverpool City region has one of the UK's largest tidal ranges and a long history of research into tidal power. We have the opportunity to harness this heritage and the power of our tides to generate a plentiful, reliable supply of clean, green energy, powering up to 1 million homes. And the twice-daily turn of the tides makes tidal power reliable, complementing other renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. Devolution of powers from Westminster and Whitehall to the Liverpool City region means we can take the lead on tidal power, consolidating our position as a global green leader, with the potential to generate thousands of jobs in a new, greener economy. We are working to make the vision for Mersey tidal power a reality. Over the last year, a team of leading global experts, based right here in the Liverpool City region, has examined the case for Mersey tidal power. They have determined that using cutting-edge technology, there is a strong strategic case for taking forward a Mersey tidal power scheme. There is still a huge amount of work to do, but with the right support, we could be generating clean, reliable, renewable power by 2030, tackling the climate emergency now, and safeguarding our local natural habitat for the next 120 years and beyond. The clock is ticking to tackle climate change, but we have the power right here in Liverpool City region to turn the tide on climate emergency. It's time for Mersey tidal power.